glitching it.
So,
Takes me a couple of attempts.
let's start that again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Portimao for the Tier 1 Grand Prix. And if the race that we saw moments ago is anything to go by, then we are certainly in for a treat here this evening. Some insanely quick drivers in this lobby. So if Tier 2 is anything to go by, we will certainly get a treat here in Tier 1. Obviously, Tier 1 will be full qualifying as usual. Tier 2 is short qualifying, so these boys in this part of qualifying will be fighting to make it through to Q2 and hopefully get themselves into Q3 as well. I think the favourite for qualifying here will have to be the championship leader, Carsey. We always know what sort of pace he's got around this track, but you can never rule out a single driver really in this lobby other than Kiwi. None of them can be ruled out.
No, Kiwi you can rule out after qualifying 1, because he's normally out then. I'm joking, but we've only got 3 drivers that will be out in qualifying 1 as it stands. Of course, top 15 go through, 16, 17 and 18 are the ones that won't currently. And it is JC who's first out, but Coy's going to be looking to overtake him. Came third in Tier 2 just moments ago, and he's going to be looking to replicate that in Tier 1. He's going to try his absolute hardest to do so, and he will be the first one to set a lap time.
You have actually also got your race winner from Tier 2 moments ago in the lobby as well, in Kilgore, and he showed very exciting pace in the Tier 2 race, so fingers crossed he will be able to show that pace here again.
Well, he's 100% going to try his absolute best to show his pace. We know he's got some wonderful, wonderful pace, does Kilgore, very close to losing that win in the end, of course, to James in the end. James almost beating him on the line, but James did have a penalty, so it didn't matter too much. But here we go, Coy starting his first flying lap here in Portimao, the roller coaster circuit in Portugal, just actually south of England if you go far enough south. You reach Portugal, so not too bad of country, in the same time zone as England as well, so no jet lag for most of these drivers as well, which will help them out, won't it? Because when you're travelling from one country to another in milliseconds, it would cause quite a lot of jet lag and possibly a lack of concentration. But Coy now heading towards what is one of the trickiest corners, not only on the track but on the entire game. Dan, if you could actually put the stream link in announcements, because I completely forgot to do that. That would be why we have quite low viewer numbers at the moment.
You are stupid.
I am very much stupid. Almost to reference Charles Leclerc. The BC boy gets disqualified! Second place in the championship, a BC boy, I believe in second place anyway, has been disqualified from the qualifying session. The man who expected by many to qualify very high up. You haven't added everyone. The man who expected by many to be right the way up there. Actually, no, he's fourth in the championship, but still very close to Carsey. Only 18 points off of him. He's starting in dead last here today. Not what he would have wanted in the slightest. Arrows has just joined. I'll expect him. That's P10 guaranteed then. But JC leads the way, 16.0. That's faster than the Tier 2 pole time already. These guys with some mega pace. PJ next across the line, but he has invalidated his lap, and he's on the medium compound tyre as well. Interesting decision in Q1. Very interesting indeed. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kiwi on his lap, our designated last place driver for today. Because as you guys know, these races are all scripted. I'm joking. I'm very clearly joking. But Kiwi does always seem to be right near the back in qualifying. We'll see whether he can change that today. Of course, turning off a lot of assists recently. He has turned ABS back on since his first race in IFC. As JC has retired in the pit lane, he knows he's fine with that. What has to be said is a very, very good time. He's decided to retire. He's like, yeah, I'm good.
Westy.
That's me done for the day.
TJ is doing
Luca.
TJ things. He is currently on the medium tyres in a full quali session in Q1.
It's TJ. He's bottling another championship. Just don't judge him.
TJ always does backwards things.
Exactly. Always.
However, Westy, have you seen the gap between Carsey and Luca?
Yeah, it's the exact same, isn't it? So the millionth of a second will be slightly different. If this was IndyCar, we'd be able to see who's actually faster, because of course they go to the 4th decimal place. In F1, we go to the 3rd decimal place, and that means that Carsey is behind Luca. So Luca currently in 2nd place, Carsey in 3rd, but JC 4/10 ahead of Luca. That lap is insane. You could even call it stonking. Part of that word is in Stonks, the driver we're on board with now, TTM Stonks, who is in the same esports team as JC, and the person who's just joined the lobby, Ollie, as well. Lots of TTM representation recently, haven't we? Along with, of course, BRT. Stonks going through the roller coaster sector, as I like to call it, sector 2, as he dips himself into the final corner of sector 2. It closes up on exit, but he manages to make it work. Purple sector 2, the game says. I don't think it's actually a purple sector 2. We'll have to wait and see when he crosses the line how good this lap time really is. Looking fast though is Stonks. I hope we know how fast of a driver he is. He comes across the line. What time would it be for Stonks? It's enough for P2. Very nicely done from Stonks. 2nd place man in the championship. 2nd place in qualifying currently. Only difference is he's not behind Carsey in this qualifying session.
Do you think TJ... I know TJ's been in IFC a very long time, but do you think he realises we're not doing short quali?
I think he does. I just think he's trying to get through on the medium compound tyre, because it means that he has much more... what's the word? What's the word? Soft compound tyres for the other parts of qualifying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's called them wheelie things, but then I remembered they're tyres. That shows how tired I am today.
Can we just say good evening to our VIPs in the Twitch, Mr. Red Bull MV. Good evening to Carsey's dad, and welcome to another weekend of your favourite time of the week. That is, of course, IFC Tier 1.
You see, I heard that he was so depraved of racing that when Carsey, of course, his son, asked if he wanted to watch the MotoGP with him, he said, yeah, sure, I've getting withdrawal symptoms of not watching racing. So hopefully this fills the gap for you, Mr. Carson. We can hope that it does. And we can hope for a better race for Carsey than last week. For your sake more than his. Because no one cares about him. And of course, joking. Just so you guys don't take that out of context. Mega, I believe on our lap currently, is quite low on fuel though, so this will be his last attempt at a lap as he heads to the second last corner. He's got to get this one right, the downhill right-hander, now into the final corner. Stonks is retired in the pit lane. He's done enough to make Q2, well he thinks he has anyway. Mega actually pulls into the pits in the end. Jacob is 2 tenths up on his lap currently. That would send him up right the way into P5. There we go. Yep, I watched 2 flies race at the minute. Yes, that is what you said. I think we're all feeling like that. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough without real life F1, isn't it? It's really tough. But we only have to wait a little bit longer.
Obviously,
18th of March.
Wow, we do get our F1 fix next weekend, don't we, Westy? The first official test is next week, isn't it, I believe?
Yep, we get to see the cars drive around the Bahrain track, of course. That'll be an interesting one, I have to say, because, of course, Bahrain, a track with quite low grip in terms of on the surface, and a track that with a lot of high-speed corners, so your car needs quite a lot of downforce for the track, but at the same time, there's a lot of straights, so you need less downforce for that as well. So it's one of those tracks where it does show the entire capability of the car, really shows how good the driver is as well. So it'll be a really interesting one to see where all the teams are there, but I have a feeling a lot of them will just be showing off for the cameras because they will have done all of the meaningful testing back in Spain, or maybe sandbagging for the cameras as well. Mercedes.
However, Westy, there will be someone on the grid next week at the test who potentially has not driven the new car just yet. Because obviously, at the moment, there is still a vacant seat in Formula 1.
In the Haas, of course, Nikita Mazepin being released from his contract due to the fact that it just does not look good for the Haas team, I believe. And also, of course, he lost his sponsorship money, and I think the deal really is, we lose the sponsorship money, you lose your drive, and well, he has lost his drive, has Nikita Mazepin, and who will he be replaced by? That is the question. I hope it's Piastri.
I'll tell you what, Westy.
Maybe Alpine pay for that seat.
No, we can't do that, because we ain't going to know the answer by the end of the stream. I was going to say, we could do a poll on this stream who people think will get the vacant F1 seat.
We could do a poll, not a prediction.
Let's do it. Let's...
Want me to set it up?
Yeah, go on.
There we go. Got my extra screen today. Extra screen where I can do all of this stuff on. Question. Who will get the... not bet. The Haas seat. Right.
So you've got the obvious options of Fittipaldi, Piastri, even Hulkenberg, Gio. They could be some options to throw in there. I think if it was going to be Fittipaldi, I think they would have already announced who was taking the seat by now. So I think
if they wanted it to be, Fittipaldi, they would have done it. I feel like they don't want it to be Fittipaldi, but he's their option if they can't get anyone else, or if they don't get a good enough deal for anyone else. Because Fittipaldi had a worse junior career than Nikita Mazepin. Oh, Kai spins off in the Haas. Slams into the tyre barrier. Lucky to not be out, actually, Kai there. Through what is the dreaded right-hander. But he is fine. I don't think Hulkenberg's getting it. I think that's a definite no. I don't think he's not young enough for what they want. He's not fast enough for what they want, really, either. That's a bit of a controversial opinion, I know, but I don't think he's quite good enough for it.
You know who you should have put on there, Westy? You know who it should have been? You know who it's going to be? It's going to be Mr. Raghunathan.
It's not going to be Raghunathan. It's not going to be Raghunathan. One person's put Hulkenberg so far. We'll see. We will see by the end, won't we? Got 5 minutes to do that vote, but yeah, I don't see it being Raghunathan because he doesn't have enough super license points to start with. So that's not going to happen, is it? Second off, I don't see it being. I don't see it being Hulkenberg because he's just not what they're looking for. I don't see it being Fittipaldi because he's not fast enough. It's not going to be Gio because I don't think they want it to be Fittipaldi because he's not fast enough. It won't be Gio because he's doing Formula E, and they'd have to then pay to get him out of his Formula E seat, and they won't want to do that. So I think it's going to be. I wish it could be Bobby Schwartzy. That's how I like in my heart of hearts. That's how I want it to be. Schwartzman. I don't think it's going to happen for him, unfortunately. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Of course. Who do you think it's going to be? Dan?
I think the obvious option at the moment is obviously, as people think, I think a lot of people are predicting that it is going to be Fittipaldi, but I think if it was going to be, I think they would have already announced it by now. So I think they've probably got an ace up their sleeve, and I think it could potentially be someone who's not even on the vote. I can't think of any names, but I think it could genuinely be someone who we've not included on the vote. Or I think even though you said he has currently got a Formula E seat, I do think the logical option would be to go for Gio, to be honest. He is obviously one of the Ferrari reserve drivers for this season, isn't he? So
yeah, he is. That is true. Along with, I think actually Kyle Milot is, even though he's racing an IndyCar, of course, full time now. So it'd be hard to get him out of that seat as well and into the Haas. I don't know. I think that's the honest question. I don't think any of us really have that big of a clue. It's a hard one to know, and only one person has voted still. So get voting, guys. Come on. Let's see what you guys think. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to see what's going to happen.
We have got a second vote on there now, what's the?
Who's it for?
We've got Hulkenberg and we've got Gio.
Did you vote for Gio?
I voted for Gio, yeah.
I thought you did.
But
alright then, Arrows back down to his natural position. Last.
Come on, Arrows. You should be giving that position to Kiwi, because that's where...
Yeah, Kiwi deserves it. Kiwi deserves second last. You need to somehow get yourself behind a disqualified person, as Luis has decided it's done. His qualifying is done as Arrows invalidates. He was 3/10 up. It would have been enough to see him out of the bottom three. But he's messed it up. Will he see himself?
He has time for another lap.
In Q2. He doesn't. He doesn't have time. He's got 7 seconds. He's going to be so close at the line. 6, 5, 4.
He's not going to make it.
2, 1. No, he didn't make it. Oh, that's heartbreaking for Arrows. Absolutely heartbreaking. He's not going to make it. It's Koi or Coke for that final spot now. Koi up by 2/10 as it stands. He can almost coast the line if he's up by 2/10. That's enough to send him through. And Kiwi will be into the next part of qualifying. He can relax for the first time this season. Hulkenberg won that poll then. 2 people voting for Hulkenberg, 1 person voting for Giovinazzi. So that's who you guys think it's going to be. We've heard what we think it's going to be. And, well, we'll find out who it is actually going to be in due course, won't we? But
it will be within the next few days.
It will. It definitely will be. Koi. Will it be him or Coke? Him or Coke in Q2. He activates the crosses the line. It will be Coke out in this qualifying session, and it will be Koi going through to the next part of qualifying. Demolition Dan has decided to go out again. He didn't need to, but he's decided to, and he's up by 4/10, so he might as well finish the lap now. What he has done is wasted another set of tyres when he didn't not need to. And TJ has got through as well. So both Red Bulls through, and Demolition Dan went right the way up the order there, so watch out for him later on in the session.
Did TJ just straight through again, Wesley, by any chance?
TJ came P14, so yes he did.
This is becoming quite a regular sight, isn't it, in Tier 1 qualifying, TJ just scraping his way through.
He's He scrapes his way through every qualifying session, then comes like P6 in Q3. It's really
Yeah.
weird. It's like he's saving the pace right until the end. I'm sorry for the bad stream quality right now if it is bad, because I'm watching on 2 different screens, and on one it's bad and one it's good. So if you do have bad stream quality, I'm very sorry. Yeah.
It's West. I think Westy's just adopting Eli's Wi-Fi, so apologies to any of the viewers here this evening.
Yeah, apologies for that, guys. Right then, second part of qualifying is about to get underway, and we shall see who will get through to the next part. And Slaz, yet to join the lobby, he will be joining. We'll be starting in P20, will Slaz, but he's a very fast driver, so watch out for him too. Very quick driver starting from the back, and of course, Mr. P10 himself starting in P18. Oh, raining! It's raining! It is raining here in Portimao, and they're going to be getting out that pit lane as fast as they physically can.
And Carsey,
because that rain's only going to get worse.
Carsey is on his way out.
He is on his way out. So is a Red Bull. So is an Aston Martin. They're all going. It's go, go, go for every single driver here. First man out is Kai. So he will probably get the best track conditions here if it's just going to get wetter. We could see this qualifying session be over almost as it starts.
Obviously, you've got 2 drivers who we know are very, very quick in the wet. In TJ and Kilgore, both of these drivers very good wet weather drivers. So certainly going to be 2 drivers to watch out for.
It most definitely is going to be very interesting to see who can do it. Of course, TJ good in the wet as well, and we've actually lost one of our best wet drivers, and that is a BC boy. Very good in the wet is he, but of course being disqualified in the first part of quali, that means that he's not competing in these wet weather conditions. It's really going to test the drivers, of course, on slicks while it is drizzling here, but Kai will be the first one on a lap, and he'll be setting the pace here. You can see how every single driver is now in sector 3 almost. There's only 2 cars that aren't as Kai crosses the line. Here we go.
However, Westy, as you used to call them, we are not ready for the intimate tyres yet. So the intimates are not quite ready for the
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
The Tier 1 boys just yet. But
well, this is very close to it. Look at the track. It's so wet, and these guys are going to be absolutely crawling round for the fastest lap, and it will be on these soft compound tyres. It's just about who can manage it best. As soon as it goes to that interweather, it's all over really for this qualifying session, and it's on the crossover point now.
Could we actually potentially see some quicker laps on the intimates, Westy?
Intermediates, yes, we could.
Intimates, that's what you call them, Westy.
I called it twice. Twice.
And you'll never live that down.
And Aiden's put that in the chat as well. Shame. Also, Stonk's on the medium compound tyre. That's a bit odd to me, I have to say. He's gone on the mediums. He wants to start the race on the mediums. He's going for it. A fair play to him, but, I mean, it's going to be quite slow. Kai crossing the line then. What time would it be for the Haas driver? The first man to complete his lap, arguably the best track conditions. To 23.2. Next will be his teammate Luca. 23.7. I think we're going to see slower and slower lap times. Kilgore 24.7. I think it's just whichever place you cross the line in. Oh, TJ messes up. DRS disabled. TJ messes up as he crosses the line now. I think we could see TJ out of this qualifying session here. It's only enough for 26.5. JC fastest in the first part of qualifying. Where can he put himself in the second part? P5. Could we see Carsey out? Carsey pulls in the pits.
They're going for inters.
It's almost stopped raining here as well. It's very light rain now. Could we see it stop rain and the track conditions get better again as Tim pulls sideways on the track? But I think we're going to see this very possible. We see Carsey, Timple, Ollie, Demo Dan and Kiwi all being out of this qualifying session. So Kiwi on the intermediate tyre currently.
You've managed to get it right now, then, Westy.
Intermediate.
You've learnt from your previous mistakes, have you, West?
Yeah. You see, you don't learn without making mistakes. So if you fail, keep trying, guys. I'm a genius. Right, Kiwi is... Oh, God, he's really struggling on that tyre now. But Kiwi is doing quite well on the intermediates. You can see he's got some kind of grip on the track. And he's much more grip than the slick runners, definitely. So, Kiwi, can he set a faster time than Jacob, Coy, TJ, Stonks, Omega? Where can he get himself in his qualifying session? Could we see Kiwi in Q3? Is it possible that we see Kiwi in Q3?
Miracles do happen in Tier 1, so it could potentially happen. Actually, Westy, thinking about it, didn't we see Kiwi in Q3 last week?
Yeah, but we're ignoring that because that was a fluke. Oh, that was a fluke. I believe it's a fluke. If he does it again, I'll be shocked. 2 weeks in a row, Q3 for Kiwi. That's like Arrows not coming P10 2 weeks in a row. It just doesn't happen. Okay? It just doesn't happen.
Or Westy
like
not picking up...
finishing a race 2 weeks in a row.
Or Westy not picking penalty points up 2 weeks in a row. But we move on. So...
I didn't...
Westy, you
I didn't pick up any penalty.
Oh no, it was time penalties.
Any last week. Time penalties, I pick up hundreds. Although I won't get any this week.
Because you're not racing?
I crashed out on lap 6. I crashed out on Friday and I'm not racing this week, so... Go me! It's going to happen 2 weeks in a row without penalty points or time penalties added on by the stewards. I'm on the good books once again. But Kiwi crossing the line. Is he going to be faster than the other drivers? The answer is yes, he's in the top 10. There's going to be a battle on the intermediates for the top 10 here. JC, Omega, Luca, I think are all fine. The intermediates not quite fast enough to challenge them. But Kiwi P8 on the inters. Ooh, we'll have to wait and see.
Will we see Carsey enter the top 10?
Now, is he? Well, hopefully for his sake, he will be. Of course, a championship rival Stonks in P7 currently.
And if it's a dry start to the race, and no one can beat Omega's time, Omega will have to start on the softs. Whilst if everyone else improves, they will get a free tyre choice.
Yeah, that is very much true. He'll be... I mean, Omega... Does he want to start on that soft? Possibly. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? I don't think everyone else is going to improve, though. Carsey will be able to qualify on the inters, but where can he get himself? P5 for Carsey. Very nicely done. I think Kai is through. I think that's almost a definite now. I don't think he is going to be done. But Kiwi now crossing the line. He goes even faster up into P8. And Stonks now very much in danger. Timble crossing the line. He invalidated. Ollie close to the line now. But Jacob closer. He's starting a lap. Demolition Dan finishing a lap that he has invalidated. So next one to cross the line on a lap will be Ollie. He comes through the final corner now.
Ollie, Ollie, Ollie. As he rounds the final corner then, what is he going to set? Is he going to be able to enter the top 10? Yes, he does. Ollie P7.
Very nicely done from TTM Ollie, right behind his TTM teammate in JC. That's actually quite satisfying to say. TTM teammate, TTM teammate, TTM teammate. Anyway, tongue twister that, but let's move on. Let's move on from that. But Timple is in P14. He's going to be pushing to get himself out of that bottom 5, of course. 11th to 15th. Drop right the way. They drop out of qualifying. And they do get a free choice of tyre, but so will everyone else except from Omega if they improve it. Kai is just starting a lap. It will be next to cross the line. That'll be Carsey on another lap. Can he improve here? He crosses the line. Yes, he can. Up to P4 now for Carsey. I think everyone is in danger really here. Because Carsey whipping out the laps. And now Timple crossing the line for Ferrari. Can he improve here? Well, he doesn't need to improve. He just needs to settle lap time. Yes, he can. P7 for him. And I think we could see Omega out of this qualifying session. I think we will see Omega out of this qualifying session. PJ crosses the line, goes P9. Demolition Dan goes P11. Stonk second place in the championship. He needs to improve here. He needs to get himself out of the bottom 5. Can he do it though? He crosses the line. Yes, he can. P6 for Stonks. TJ in danger. I think this could be another. He's looking like he's just about going to scrape through at the moment, but he's got improved as TJ. Demolition Dan goes very much wide. Doesn't invalidate, luckily for him. Kiwi's in the pit lane and Koi on his outlap. I don't think we'll see Kiwi back out in this session. It doesn't look like it anyway. Who do you think's leaving us in this qualifying session then?
Koi. I think it'll be the bottom 5, to be fair.
I think it'll be the current bottom 5.
Yeah. Omega is a definite.
Omega, yeah, I think Omega is, yeah, of course, a definite that's out. But Demolition Dan looking to save himself. Can he do it is the question. Of course, 4 minutes left in the session. He's coming through the final corner, but it's only getting wetter and wetter here. And the time's getting slower and slower. And I think these guys just not come out on track at the right time. Demolition Dan still pushing though, still trying. And up to P10 he goes, just about saves himself. Ollie now has to come out the pits, which is what he's doing. But he's now got, the pressure's on for Ollie. Timple should probably come out the pit lane, but he's just come into the pits. So Timple's qualifying session, I think, might be over here. Koi on a lap, but he's down by 4/10.
So Koi really going to have to make up some time through the final sector of this Portimao circuit. But he puts the power down, he goes through the right-hander, but I don't think Koi is going to have enough in the bank here to be able to improve. He does, but only just. He improves enough to jump to P14.
Koi, he's got to improve if he wants to see himself out. If he wants to see himself in Q3, but I don't think he'll manage it. Ollie, we know, is a very fast driver. We've seen this in the past. He can get himself right the way up there, but can he do it now is the question.
We certainly do hope so, don't we? Because Ollie, as we know, a very, very quick driver here in IFC.
Yep, very, very fast driver indeed. And we're just going to have to wait and see whether Ollie can manage it on his outlap currently. About to go on to his actual lap. Demolition Dan is very much down on this one. He'll be going again next time out because he does need to save himself still. Another man who needs to do that is TJ. Just starts his lap, and I think he got a this and next just now. He did. And TJ's got to get himself back round the track once again. He's got 2 minutes to do so. He doesn't want to end up like Arrows, just about missing out on the line. So TJ, push, push, push now for him. Kai is not going to improve. He's down still. JC was up on his last lap, so will be qualifying on, if you look at best, so Kai, Luca and Kilger will be locked into the soft compound tyre as it stands. Everyone else will get a free choice in that top 10.
They certainly will do, so it'll be interesting to see what tyre compound everyone will decide to go on to.
It will be, I think most will go for the mediums. It seems like the better strategy around here, but an early safety car and softs easily take over from that, so we'll have to wait and see. Koi down by a lot in the first sector there. That will be his qualifying pretty much over, I think. Demolition Dan gets a big stuff oversteer there. He manages to catch it. But I think for these guys, it is kind of over. Koi in the top 10 now. Ollie's going to have to improve. He's up slightly as it stands. That would be enough to see him into the final part of qualifying.
Dan is only just down.
Back round. Oh, only just. So we could see him improve once again. TJ invalidated, remember. On his last lap, he's trying to get past Stonks. He's got a minute to make the line. He'll be fine. But it will be closer than he would have wanted. Ollie crosses the line, and he makes it P8 for him. Now, this means TJ definitely has to improve and has to cross this line. He will cross the line, but the improving
Demo down to P10.
Slightly trickier. Demo down, gets himself just out. We'll keep pushing, though.
Kiwi to the wall.
Kiwi, that's it for him then. This qualifying session is over for the Alpine driver. Jacob, can he save himself? Championship leader in Tier 2. What can he do in Tier 1 today? Didn't score any points in Tier 2. Can he get himself top 10 in qualifying in Tier 1? We'll have to wait and see.
Ollie is out. Ollie is out of qualifying.
Is he invalidated?
He's crashed.
Oh no, he's crashed, so he will not be in the next part of qualifying. Could we see 6 or 5 people out here? That's what it's going to be between now, not about the time.
Koya has crashed as well.
It's about... Oh! Jacob looking to save himself though. Can he get himself out? He has to be Ollie's time to manage it. I think anyway, or Timple's time. Can he get it there? Yes, he can. P7 for him. Timple drops into the bottom.
Demo down.
Now can Demolition Dan save himself? He's the final one between him and TJ. Him and his teammate. TJ still on a lap though, so it might be between him and Stonks in the end. Can Demo Dan do it? On the intermediate tyres, crossing the line. Is enough for P7.
TJ's out.
Has to improve. TJ's going for it. He's pushing, he's pushing, he's pushing. Across the line he goes. What's it be for TJ? He's not done enough.
He's out.
TJ's out of the qualifying session. We see 6 people leave us in this qualifying. 9 will be in Q3. Devastation for TJ.
TJ doesn't do TJ things here.
Just grabbing my breath back after that one, but it will be Ollie, TJ Timble, Koi, Omega, and Kiwi out of this qualifying session. And in the top 10, 3 people who are locked their tyres. The rest will be on the inters.
Who's that in the old game chat?
In the game chat?
Yeah, I just saw the...
Who knows? Who knows? Omega pressed retire himself, was expecting to get through, and has just expressed his annoyance. But it is a wet qualifying for Q3 as well. It will be, yeah, so Omega said he easily had pace for top 7. Big shame for him, he won't be in Q3. Who will get top 7? That's the question. Only 2 people won't, of course. Let's see. Slaz is just about to join, the man who's starting in P20. Just about to join the lobby. I think, though, this is a good time to mention our affiliates at Silent X Energy. A very, very good energy drink company that sponsor us now. You get 10% off with the code IFC and 20% off currently if you're buying the cherry flavour with the code 1YearCherry. I believe that's all caps, no spaces. Make sure you guys do check them out. I'm drinking the cherry right now, and it's so nice. And there's no sugar or caffeine, so it won't keep me up all night. And it won't rot my teeth. So yeah, make sure you check that out. And the apple flavour also available.
Westy, it can't rot them when they're rotten already, mate.
That's true, we are British.
Obviously, last week, Westy, we saw Extreme saying he is on a Extreme charge for the title towards the end of this season. So could we see Extreme take a maximum point total here?
We could. We definitely could see him doing that. We'll have to wait and see, though. And of course, this all comes down to now how good they are in the wet. Of course, all their pace in the dry in Q1, but what will their pace in the wet be like? We know JC is very fast in the dry. Is he as fast in the wet? We'll have to wait and see. Extreme will be the first one to settle lap. The Aston Martin driver, Dan, can you take us through this lap?
Of course I can, Westy. So, Extreme then goes through turn 3, up through turn 4. That is a nice corner there when you get that right, for sure, in the Portimao circuit. Downhill into the left-hander of turn 5, then up the hill through turn 6 and into turn 7. Up to the hardest corner on the track. If you don't get this right, you are spinning around here at Portimao. He gets the power down then on the exit. What is the Sector 2 split time going to be for Extreme? We're going to find out very shortly, because he's about to come across the Sector 2 split line, and the split at Sector 2 is a 57.3. Pretty much exact there for Extreme. But last couple of corners for Extreme, obviously. We know Extreme a very quick driver here in IFC. And for BRT as well, one of the top boys in BRT is Extreme, with Carsi and Brian and Luca as well, all in the same esports team. What's it going to be for Extreme, though? It's a 24-6.
Have to wait and see whether that one's competitive or not, and it doesn't seem to be. JC sets a 24.1, and this man is the man to watch out for at the moment. He's absolutely rapid. Kai sets a 24.2. Carsi literally just starting his lap, so it's going to take him a while to get back round. But Stonks about to cross the line. Used to be BRT, he moved to TTM and has got slightly faster, I have to say, but can't join his TTM teammate on the provisional front row. Only 3 thousandths faster than Extreme as it stands.
Yeah, certainly very close between those two. It's nice to see Kilgore into Q3.
It is good to see Kilgore into Q3, isn't it? It just seems right. Of course, Kilgore being Tier 1 for a long time, now Tier 2 this season. It doesn't feel weird in the slightest, does it? It just fits in Q1. Q1, Tier 1. So yeah, he invalidates though.
We can't forget the Bahrain short victory of Kilgore, don't forget, Westy, because it'll never let
First race of the season in Season 2, wasn't it?
Last race of the season in Season 2.
Last race, sorry, yeah.
Kilgore taking victory there. Didn't have the best of starts to the season, but pulled it back towards the end. That was, of course, the last season of IFC on the previous version of the F1 game. As back to the current game, JC improves to a 23.9. So JC looking very, very strong here. Luca is coming around the final bend, but he is currently on an invalid lap time. So it is going to be... Who is it going to be next? It is actually going to be XRL Jacob, but he is on an outlap. So I believe the next one to set a lap will be Demolition Derby Dan, the resident Tier 3 commentator.
1.5 tenths up currently is Demodan. Yeah, Tier 3 commentator, of course, was Tier 3 last season for a short amount of time before being moved up to Tier 2 when we realised, oh, this guy is very fast. And of course, getting a podium last season as well in Tier 1. He's right at home here this season. He struggled in the beginning part of the season, but he's got used to his wheel, and he's rapid once again. He crossed the line. What's it going to be for Demolition Dan? And it's not enough to gain a place, but he's now within 3 tenths of Stonks, so much closer than he was before.
So Luca currently hasn't set a lap time in this qualifying session, so let's ride on board with Luca for the remainder of his lap. He's not got long left of this one, and he is going to put the power back down then round the final turn. And where is Luca going to be able to put himself? What sort of lap time do we expect from Luca here? It is only enough for 6th fastest at the moment.
Luca gotta get improving here. I don't know, he's kind of lost a little bit of pace in the wet. I don't think we're expecting the race to be wet. We're expecting only qualifying, I believe. to be in these wet weather conditions, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Jacob will be next across the line. Most people in the pit lane at the moment, if they're not in the pit lane, they aren't. They aren't pushing, except from Jacob. He's the only one on a push lap. So here we go, across the final, across the line in just a second. What time it be for XRL Jacob? Not looked too fast so far this qualifying, but what can he do? And it's not too fast again. 7/10 off of Demolition Dan, and a full almost 2 seconds off of the lead.
Yeah, so not the fastest of laps for XRL Jacob at the moment here in Tier 1, but obviously he is a very competitive driver, is Jacob. You don't be not competitive and make it into Q3 of Tier 1, that's for sure. So with 2 Tier 2 drivers in Q3, it's certainly something that they're going to be pretty chuffed about, I believe, with the lineup that we have got here in IFC Tier 1.
Yeah, he's looking very fast. Kilger yet to set a lap time though, and that will be slightly worrying for him. It just puts that kind of extra pressure on you that you don't want, especially when you know you can be up there. A little bit less pressure because of course he isn't normally in Tier 1, but he's trying to prove himself here today. And to be able to do that, it'd be more help for him to not have too much pressure on him, but he does have the pressure on him, and this means that he's got to perform. He'll have about 2 attempts at this lap here. He would have wanted more, and a banker as well to guarantee something, but he's going for it all now. And the track he's got a slightly drier line now, but still not amazing conditions here in Portimao. He said in Tier 2, well, it was an unusually sunny race, no rain at all in Tier 2. The only race where we haven't seen rain in qualifying all the race. And now Tier 1 keeping that tradition going, and Tier 2 being the only one we haven't seen any rain. So Kilger about to cross the line to start his flying lap around this circuit in Portugal in the Williams car. He's got quite a nice helmet actually, does Kilger. Actually a very nice helmet as he heads into turn 1, tucks it into the first apex, very nicely done from him. Luca getting out the way very nicely as well, really using all of the curb there, right the way over the sausage curb. Using absolutely all of it, probably damaging the underside of the car along the way, but he's still pushing, as he's... Oh, he hasn't validated there. Very lucky not to, I have to say. Extreme has retired. He's crashed out, almost if he forgot to brake, heading down into the hairpin. He's gone very much off the track, as you can see.
He did a copy at Austria.
In the bottom right. Wheel disconnected.
Possibly, yeah, that's what it could have been there, so obviously...
That's what it looks like. He did an Astrojet, didn't he?
The only other thing Kopi is famous for in IFC, other than Austria, is obviously his Mexico win in, I can't remember what season it was now, but Kopi in Mexico took the win in Tier 3 not long ago. Obviously, that's where we are next weekend. So he's going to be hoping he can replicate that this season. But as we do talk about Tier 3, we've got a Tier 2 driver in Tier 1 who is about to finish his lap. And I thought he was going to go dizzy there, but he doesn't. And it is P7 for Kilger.
That's quite funny when you said dizzy, because it made me think of Drizzy, of course. Him and Kilger not having the best of relationships, but... Kilger up into P7, and that will ease some of the nerves, I think, for him, as he does get a massive staff oversteer, but he doesn't have enough time to do another lap, so that is it for Kilger, actually. P7 at best.
As JC improves.
JC in a league of his own today. Kai improves just after to a 23.9. That would have been enough for pole position just a second ago, but with JC improving in front of him, he couldn't. Carsey up by 8 thousandths in Sector 1. This is his last attempt at a lap. We'll see how it goes for him. Stonks down by 5 tenths. I think this could be over for Stonks. We'll see if he makes the line. Who pulled a U? That would be that'd be Mr. Extreme. Who pulled a U, Kobe.
And Carsey is now a 10th up on his time.
All very good for Carsey. Stonks, I don't think is going to improve here. And that's big for the championship. Is he going to improve? The answer is no. He'll finish in P5 at best. Well, unless he can go for another lap here. But, well, he won't want to. If he makes one mistake on this, it will be P5 at best. Luca goes up into P3 now. Carsey takes P3 off of him. Very nicely done from Carsey.
Demo Dan is round. Kilgore is invalid. So the next one across will be, I think, is actually going to be XRL Jacob, who is currently 7/10 up on his time.
He is. It's very, very good so far, but he was quite far behind. 7/10 isn't even enough to beat Kilgore here, the fellow Tier 2 driver in the top 9. But Jacob is going to be push to the line now to try and gain any more time, gain any positions here. He's racing for Alfa Romeo, who, of course, in a championship fight in terms of constructors. So he's got to get this good. Jacob moves up into P6. Stonks up by 4/10 now. That's enough to jump him. Only up to P5. He needs to improve by 6/10 if he wants to beat his championship rival Carsey in this qualifying session. He is the last one to set a lap time as well. So Stonks, what can he do here? The final lap of qualifying. Can he get himself ahead of Carsey? Can he get himself on pole position? What is the answer? The answer is no. He can't get himself pole position, but he can get ahead of Carsey. P3 for Stonks, P4 for Carsey. But it is pole position for JC, second for Kai. Luca 5th, Extreme 6th, Jacob 7th, Demolition Dan 8th. Kilgore comes home in 9th. What a qualifying.
What a qualifying, Westy.
Kilgore saying it was a poor session from him. So Kilgore expecting more, basically, from that one. Kilgore wanted more out of it. A shame for him that he didn't manage to make that in the end. Alright then, guys, put in the chat who you think's going to win this race. Qualifying is now over. Who do you think is going to take the podium spots? Put it in the chat and we'll find out. JC, though, looking so fast in a class of his own. 1.3 ahead of Kai in the end. That's ridiculously fast. And you wouldn't expect that kind of gap, especially in a wet qualifying where things do often get much closer.
Did anyone invite Slazit, Westy?
He's in.
He is.
P1 Carsey, says you. You think Carsey's going to win from 4th on the grid? Crazy thing has happened. Kai 2nd, interesting. And who are you saying?
Carsey, Kai, JC. I think Westy might be having some technical issues.
Sorry, yep, I'm back now. Just a little bit of a mic. My headset turned off for a second there. It's fine. I'm back. I am back and raring to go once again. I'm actually going to unplug my phone because I don't need it plugged in. And that will allow me to sit more comfortably for the race. But here we go. Rating for players. You say it's going to be Carsey, Kai, JC. I think it's going to be JC, Stonks, Carsey. I think Kai's going to spin on lap 20. That's oddly specific, I know. But we'll go with it. If I'm correct, I deserve payment. I think you have to agree with that, don't you? Dan? Stonks, P1, Carsey, P2, Kai, P3. Backing Stonks, I see him in Elephant. Interesting decision there. Wouldn't say you're wrong. Stonks, of course, very good driver. Car C, Peter. SLX better than BRT. Kopi. Bearing in the drinks, yes, because BRT don't make energy drinks. But driving, I'm not so sure. Bearing in mind you drive for them in the main team, it's a bit like BRT clear of everyone. Well, TTM clearly not clear of TTM or QBR, because your furthest driver is P4 currently. Although you do have P4, 5 and 6, but TTM have got P1 and 3 and QBR have got P2. So what you've said there is cap. And that was cringe. So is everyone starting on then? So top 2 starting on the soft compound tyres. Stonks and Carsey on the mediums. Luca is in 5th on the softs. And you've got Extreme, Jacob, Demo all on the mediums. Kilger's on the softs. Ollie's on the mediums. TJ's on the hards. Oh, interesting. TJ on the hards. Timble's on the softs, which is also quite interesting. So is Kiwis. They're looking for good starts here. Koi and Omega on the mediums. Coke, Luis, Beastie Boy, Slad also on the mediums. And Arrows decided the hards are the right tyre.
Yeah, so some interesting tyre choices.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it can go any way. This track, very unpredictable in terms of what's going to happen. So people trying to account for all situations doesn't always work. Softs, the top 2 are going for. Is that going to be the right strategy? We'll have to wait and see. And of course, the championship rivals both starting on the same tyre as well. Yum. Was that you, Dan? Who was that?
What?
What? Someone on the IFC account has put yum in the chat. Who knows why? I didn't think it was you. Wait, what? It's not Dan. Is that you, Dan?
No.
On that account.
I'm
on
my personal.
Right, okay, so 5 red lights.
And
it's go! The Kai gets a great start. JC with a very bad start. They go side by side, heading down towards turn 1. Both of them with good starts, but Kai with a much better one there. JC gets bogged down, but now he's side by side again. The switch back into turn 3. Can he make it work? I think he can. Extreme gets past Kai. Where's Extreme come from? P6 is the answer.
TJ is a
somehow
spinner.
Got himself up here. Extreme's keeping on pushing though. He got Kilger behind him. Kilger started down in P9. Kilger in P4. How bad of a start did the rest of these guys get? Extreme and Kai inside of each other as they enter the hairpin there. Going through the hairpin. I think Extreme was underneath Kai's car. No one with damage though. Lucky for them. Demolition down in P6. He's had a great start there as well. Stonks is down a couple places, so is Carson.
Ollie's a spinner.
Stonks down many more places than him. Koi's up to P10. TJ's round. Ollie's down as well. Slaz up to P17 off the start. And a Beastie Boy up to P13 off the start. Who'll be looking to carve through this pack very, very fast. Luis has now retired. He's crashed. Very easy to crash corner. I say that because I did it myself. Virtual safety car is happening.
So yeah, got a VSC, and now's the time to pit for the guys that did take damage at the start of the race.
Mega and Slaz, it seems, are the 2 that took damage. They pulled in. But can we talk about Kilger's start there? What a start! Up 5 places through his own volition. A Beastie Boy up 7. Those 2 masters of the start, and a Beastie Boy is going to be looking to really make a difference here.
Arrows as well, I believe, is up 5 places. No, Arrows is up 4, sorry.
Yeah, Arrow's up 4 places as well. He should be up another 4 places by the end of the race, mark my words, he'll finish in P10. Or if he doesn't, he'll crash out within the next 3 laps.
I think we will be going back racing very shortly because the hazard is now clear.
Yeah, hazard is clear.
And
Ollie he gets the
Ollie!
drive-through penalty. Oh no, Oh, Kilger up into 3rd place. Surely not. Kilger can't get himself up from P9 to P3 in a matter of 2 laps. Surely not. He's going to try it though, side by side. Into the final corner they go. Kilger's got the inside line, the preferred line. He takes P3, but now Extreme with the slipstream. And the ERS, he pulls alongside as they head now down the main straight. I think Extreme's got this. He's going to go down the inside. Kilger's going to try and hold on around the outside as they enter turn 1 now. Kilger trying to go around the outside. They bang wheels slightly there as they enter turn 2. Now turn 3.
JC spun!
Pushing. JC's round. JC round. He's down the order. He's spun at turn 3, at turn 2, exit at turn 2. Through his own fault, I think. I don't think there was any kind of collision. Kai now leads. Stonks is looking through on Demolition Dan Hill. Can Demolition Dan hold on? This would be perfect for Carsey if he can hold on. They lock
Ollie
wheels
spun.
and they go around the corner and Demolition Dan gets the better exit. He holds on to P5 and Carsey can wipe that sweat off his brow. Oh, and Ollie's round. He's in the wall. He's not out, but he's in the wall. We do have another virtual safety car due to Ollie just then.
It might be because of Slaz, because Slaz is out of the session.
Oh, he is, isn't he? But Kai got a heavy lead now in this one. Kilger up 6 places since the start. He's absolutely smashing it. Carsey back up to where he started. Stonks needs to get some improvement here. IFC Racing has redeemed Tier 1 only Dan, and we're going again, but IFC Racing has redeemed Tier 1 only Dan and Westy Serious Mode. So Dan, I think it's time for you to do yours first. Kilger spun! Oh, he had such a good start. He's back down to where he started again. Actually, 1 place lower. Oh, what a shame for Kilger, losing 7 places in 1 corner.
What is a Tier 1 only, Dan?
We are.
Oh, yeah!
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you very much. But let's go serious mode, shall we? A beastie boy overtaking Kilger down the main straight. Kilger with so little speed. It's really weird to see Kilger dropping down the order so fast after what was a very, very good start from him. But Demolition Dan's going to look for him on Carsey here. He's very, very close behind, but Stonks actually closer behind him. Stonks with the DRS, using some ERS as well to pump himself right onto the rear end of Demolition Dan. Is he close enough to dive? No, he's not quite close enough to make that move happen. Arrow's looking for a move as well, but I don't think he's close enough this time round. As we now carry on through the lap into the final sector here, of course on lap 5 of 33, and Carsey starting to pull away from Demolition Dan. He's got to catch back up to Extreme though. He's got to try and push himself right onto the back of him there. He's going to be trying his absolute hardest to make that one work. And Kilger's got to try and gain those places back. See whether he can. Dan?
Yeah.
Once again, please.
Why?
Eli's redeemed it now as well.
No, gotta be serious mode. Sorry.
What? But there? Luca makes a mistake there. Timble dives down the inside. That was a stupid move to go for. He does to bounce over the sausage curve. Almost deserves to lose the place to JC in the end. Very, very stupid move from Timble. Right, serious mode over. Now, you need to do your Hoya.
Oh no!
Eh? Okay. Have you pre-recorded those? So it sounded the exact same. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
It sounded the exact
yeah!
same. You pre-recorded them, haven't you? You pre-recorded them.
I actually haven't.
Have you not? It sounds the exact same. It sounds the exact same.
Anyway.
Are you sure you haven't pre-recorded it?
This is meant to be the pinnacle of IFC, so can we get back to serious stuff and get back to the racing?
Yes, we can. Demolition Dan is actually dropping off the back of Carsey now. Carsey starting to pull himself towards Extreme, who's on the same strategy of him as of course. Let's have a quick refresh of the tyres. So the leader, Kai, on the softs, has got to try and get himself as big a gap as physically possible before he comes into pits. That's only going to be about another 4 laps time. Watch out for that. JC on Luca. Is that a move he can make into turn 3? He dives down the inside. Does the Alpine driver trying to make a move work? Luca trying to hold on now down the inside through turn 4. That's a risky move from Luca to try and hold on there. But he's got the DRS now. He's going to go down the inside into the hairpin. JC trying to hold on around the outside. I think Luca's got this one. He just about does. They lock wheels again. And JC gets blocked by the front wheel of Luca. And JC will drop behind. No, he won't. He's still there. No, he drops behind in the end. He dives on the inside into the very tricky right-hander. JC's still not giving this one up. He's fighting for his life here at JC. He wants to be back up into the top 5. This move won't give it to him, but he puts him one step closer, currently in P7.
Westy, it's time for you to get your singing voice on.
What song, Eli? What song? Come on. My voice hurts currently, so if it sounds bad, don't judge.
Eli, please be a Rickroll.
Just be something I know the tune to. Otherwise, I'll make up the tune. I'll look up the words and make up the tune if I don't.
Oh,
JC and Luca have contact there. JC gets past this time round. A BC boy trying to make his way back up. Already back up into P9 after being disqualified in qualifying. But I want to make that move.
A BC boy lost the first challenge.
Let it go. Eli, I hate you. A BC boy round the outside of Koi now into the hairpin. Can he make it work or will he have to? Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let it go. Run away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me.
Jacob's out. Jacob's out.
And while that was happening, a Beastie Boy did get past Coy. Will we get a safety car for that? Very easy to spin around that corner. Again, I say that because I did it myself on Friday. But JC sets fastest lap. He's on a charge back through the order as Stonks gets past Demolition Dan now. Demolition Dan lost contact from Carsey, and Carsey gains contact to Extreme. He's going to try and make his way through. A BC Boy on Koi is very close to the back of him. We're going to have to move to JC on Demolition Dan here. JC down the inside of Demo Dan. He makes it work. Very nicely done from him. And JC moves one step closer to where he was before. He has to make
Timple's out.
Tyres work. Maybe a safety car. Maybe a safety car.
He is off the track. However, we will probably get the old migrating host very shortly, because don't forget, Timple is the host of this lobby.
That is true. Let's hope we don't. Otherwise, that could throw everything wrong. He hasn't left currently, so that's good. Carsey very much close behind Extreme. Now 5/10 is the gap as they now head on to the final straight. Stonk so close to the DRS of Carsey, not quite close enough. So he's got a charging JC behind him. Extreme with a charging Carsey. Those are the two people you don't want charging behind you. And Carsey will make this move down into turn 1. At least he's going to try it down the inside into turn 1 in the Mercedes. And that place is his. He puts a stamp on it. Tier 3 better than Tier 1. Nifty. This is coming from the guy who straight-lined someone in Baku in Tier 3.
Yeah, the head of FIA is a little bit dodgy and things like that, but he did pick up...
The head of FIA can't even follow his own rules. Stonks now has the DRS on Extreme, so a DRS train is being formed, that's the word. As you can see, I'm going more and more insane by the second. And Stonks has got to try and get himself through fast. He's dropped out of it again. It's going to be close to whether he gets that DRS or not. All it takes is a good exit from Extreme, and he's lost it. So close at the detection line, he does just about get it. That was a little bit too close for comfort for Stonks there. JC is very close behind.
So, Westy, what are we...
We have to watch Carsey for 2 laps, and we both have to do a Sue.
Who's redeemed them?
Yeah. The person on the IFC racing account.
Okay, Taylor, stop it now, please.
Yeah, let's not, Taylor, because you get infinite. It's not. Let's not with that, Taylor. Let's not. JC going to try and get himself past Stonks once again, but Stonks does have the DRS on Extreme now, and that will not be helping him. When will Kai pit is the question. When it will... it ain't me, but K. What? 2 people on the account. I don't believe you. JC's going to try and make a move on Stonks here. He's getting closer and closer by the second. Is he going to be close enough to make a move, though? The answer is no, unfortunately for him. But Koi on a BC boy, can he make this move work down into turn 1? Koi is going to try and make it work. The Ferrari driver up into P8. He looks to go down the inside, and he does take the place. Very nicely done from Koi.
And Kilgore is in.
First soft compound runner pulls into pits then. So only a matter of time before JC and Kai do the same. Bearing in mind JC spun on his tyres earlier on. You'd expect that he will. And BC Boy went for the move back on Koi into the hairpin, but Koi manages to hold on. Very nicely done from him. Extreme now. Still pushing, still absolutely going for it here as he heads into the final couple corners of this lap. He's going to try and get himself ahead of Carsey, but actually I feel like he's just kind of being dragged along by Carsey at the moment. Letting Carsey do the work ahead, parting the way for him, pushing all of that air to the side, allowing him to hold on. JC is not yet pitting, neither did Kai, neither will Luca, I don't think, either. Actually, no, Luca will pit. There's only 2 soft compound runners left then. The question is, what will be the faster strategy come the end? Who knows that? Carsey, technically provisional P1, but he has to pit himself later on. So we'll wait and see on that one, won't we? Coke gets past Luca due to Luca pitting, and so does Arrows. Arrows almost back up into his home position, which is P10. JC going to try and make a move. Can he make it happen? I don't think... Just not quite close enough, is he? JC just struggling slightly at the moment to make a move due to Stonks' DRS on Extreme ahead. He's just not quite close enough, is JC. It's unfortunate, but he's just not quite close enough to make it work. Extreme not quite close enough to make a move on Carsey, which causes this DRS train. Koi 10 second pine penalty for for cutting the track, and that will not help him. JC's in the pits. Only one soft compound runner left then, and that is the leader, who is rapidly losing time to Carsey. Extreme almost went for the... I can't speak today. Went for the move there, but decided against it at the last second.
Yeah, a good battle going on for second and third at the moment. I'm currently watching it from Stonks' point of view, actually. Looking very interesting between these two.
It is looking very interesting between Extreme and Carsey, of course. That's the wrong button. Extreme, he was leading Carsey earlier on, but he's not quite close enough now. I think Kai should have pitted this lap. I think that should have been what he did, but unfortunately he needs to now pit at the end of this lap because he's losing time rapidly now to Carsey. He's chosen just the wrong time, and it might even be jumped by JC here due to how much time he is losing. But Kilga spun! Oh, Kilga. It was looking so good after the first two laps, and it's all gone pretty downhill since, hasn't it?
It has indeed. Kilgore had a very good start to the race, and then just since the spin, it hasn't been going the best for him.
No, it hasn't been going great, has it?
Kai is in.
Extreme. Kai is in the pit, so Carsey inherits the lead. Now, where will he be compared to JC? There won't be a move going on for the lead into turn one. But where is JC? JC just about to come through the second last corner. And after he's gone through that, it's flat out to the line. So where will he be compared to Kai? Kai currently, he's just had his car serviced. He's got a new set on, and he's going to be ahead of JC here, even though I have a very, very slow turn one. So Kai still leads in terms of people who started on the soft compound.
Koi's out.
Koi's DNF'd! Koi is DNF'd! He's on the track as well. We could see a safety car here. We could see a safety car. It's off the racing line, but it's on the track.
I don't think we're going to.
We're not going to see one. That's interesting. Safety car deciding to not come out once again. Koi, though, out of this race, and that promotes Kiwi up to P13 now. And Ollie's AI still just going around at the back. Kilga not looking too great either at this stage. Close to being lapped. I think he might be lapped this lap, actually. I think Kilga's race is over. Carsey coming across the line now. Kilga putting on a new front wing. Yeah, that is it for Kilga. He will be lapped. Now then, battle for second has become the battle for the lead. It's Carsey, Extreme, Stonks, with Demolition Dan not too far behind. And of course, a Beastie Boy, after starting last, up into P5. If he gets a podium today, that would be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
It would indeed.
From the back row of the grid, that would be JC already overtaking Coke then. And up into P7. And these mediums... Well, they've got to catch up to the guys on the older medium tyre, so they've got as big a gap as they can when the others go onto the soft. That's all it's about. Their defence is going to be tested here today. That's all it's going to be about, really, isn't it?
Mr. P10 is P10 though, Westy.
You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it from Arrows. I don't know why they started on the hards, I have to say, because the mediums do make it far enough to go for a one-stop. So it doesn't make too much sense, but who knows.
It could be the strat.
It could be. You might see them jumping into the lead at the end. I don't think you will. Because, of course, they're a long, long way back. But you never know. I think it's going to be about salvaging a couple points for these two today. Extreme very close to the back of Carsey once again. 4 tenths is the gap as he gets the DRS for the second time this lap. Can he make a move? The answer is no. JC setting fastest lap. As it stands, the Extreme will go to him. Extreme is the back of Carsey in the midpoint of that corner there. Not good for him. He's got to be more careful than that. First of all, you redeemed the wrong thing. Second of all, stop. Carsey still defending from Extreme. Extreme just can't get close enough. With similar amounts of ERS, the top three here. Stonks actually dropping off of Extreme now. Could we see Stonks being left behind by the BRT drivers, the two Mercedes Academy drivers? Could we see them leaving Stonks behind? I think it's seemingly quite likely at this stage. Dan, you still there? Still with us? I think Dan has disappeared. So it's just me. Where has Dan gone? Where has Dan gone? Carsey leads. Extreme second, Stonks third. Demo Dan is in fourth, but he's got off the track and he gets himself a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. Dan's headset has died on him. That's not good. Not good at all. But we'll carry on our own, shall we? On me lonesome. I'm used to it at this stage. Carsey, he's leading as it stands. Extreme in second. It's Stonks in third. And Stonks is he's getting dangerously close to being out of that DRS range as Arrows has made a mistake. He's spun and down to P12 he goes on, of course, that hard compound tyre. No one close apart from these top three at the moment. Carsey, Extreme and Stonks all looking very, very good. So here we go. Carsey gaining on Extreme. He's pulling away here. And Extreme pulling away from Stonks. Could we see the separation of the front three here? Stonks very close to Extreme. Very close to losing that DRS here. Stonks has, as it stands, lost it. So does Extreme now. Has Carsey done enough to break that DRS train? The answer is yes. As Extreme pulls into the pits, he'll head onto the soft compound tyre. And so does Stonks. 3-second penalty for TJ. Demo Dan pulls in. A BC Boy stays out. The two Mercedes drivers deciding they're staying out for a couple more laps here. The rest will go on to the softs until the end of the race. Will it be Extreme or Stonks first out the pit lane? It will be Extreme still, just making sure no one jumps anyone. That's a possibility, of course. And JC and Kai get ahead of them, but by how much is the question? The answer is not by much. So, can the soft compound runners use the extra speed they have to catch back up again? That is the big question here. We'll have to wait and see. If they do catch, these two are going to have to put in a very, very big defensive effort here today. Very, very big effort. When will Carsey pit now? That's the question. These Mercedes drivers can double stack because, well, of course, they don't have, well, they're so far away from each other. They're 13 seconds away from each other. That Mercedes can just, well, Carsey can pit and then a Beast Boy can pit on the same lap. So that doesn't really matter to them. Will Carsey pit this lap? The answer is yes. He's going for the one lap overcut, stopping the other guys from doing anything too ridiculous. Where is Extreme then? That's the question. Extreme about to come through the final corner. We've seen this once before with JC and Kai. Kai, of course, staying ahead last between them. I think it's going to be Carsey staying ahead as well. He's got a long way to go, though, in the pit lane exit. I think it's actually going to be Extreme and Stonks with the undercut here. It's going to be close as he exits the pit lane. He's just got out in heads. That's very lucky for Carsey. Perfectly timed. And he'll have one lap fresher tyres than the guys ahead. The guys behind now as well. So maybe a little bit of extra pace to help him along here. The Beastie Boy has pitted as well, so he'll be trying to climb his way back up through the order as Omega and Luca have a little bit of a fight there as well. But the leaders, currently, they are 3.5 seconds ahead of the soft compound runners. How fast can Carsey close that gap? If they're smart, they won't fight until they catch the medium runners. But, of course, they're fighting for a championship here, Carsey and Stonks. Extreme fighting for a win. So what is going to happen here? We'll have to... well, you'll find out in a little bit, won't you? We will find out in a little bit. 5/10 Carsey's already closed that gap by. I think JC and Kai, this defensive effort is going to have to be absolutely gigantic here. That DRS that JC has on Kai will be absolutely crucial to holding on here. They've got 12 laps to hold on when Carsey crosses the line. A lot of time. The answer is, can they hold on? The question is, can they hold on? Stonks, fastest lap. Extreme not going for a move. Smartly done from him there. A BC Boy will look for a move on Omega. And that move is good. Omega pulls into pits. BC Boy now catching on Luca. Is he close enough to make a move down into turn one? The answer is not quite. He almost went for it there. Very, very close to going for it. He doesn't want to risk the car. He knows that he'll get good points if he just stays. Even if he stays here, Luca gets a massive snap of oversteer there on that medium compound tyre. So we've got a BC Boy right there, right within a chance of gaining that place. He dives down the inside, and that is a very nice move from a BC Boy. Up into P8 he goes, and his next target is TJ, who's running on that hard compound tyre currently. We'll be going on to the softs pretty soon, I would think. Quite still lead to JC. If these guys fight, they've kind of thrown away their race here, because Carsey is catching by 7/10 this lap he's caught. So if they start fighting, he'll catch even faster, and that's not what they want. So it's all about what Carsey can do really in comparison to them. And Stonks has got so much more pace than Extreme on these soft compound tyres. It's quite ridiculous actually. Extreme trying to hold on. This DRS helping him, but Stonks, he's got to get pushing and should be able to overtake decently quickly, I would think actually. Quick news on real life F1. Minimum weight for the 2022 cars would increase by 5 kilos. Red Bull requested 15, others wanted a 10 kilo increase. Alfa Romeo, only team that managed to, I think, make the weight limit. So, interesting there that the teams are struggling to get their cars to the exact minimum weight. So yeah. But Extreme loses the DRS on Carsey now. This is big for him. Can Stonks now capitalise? Can he make the move down into turn one? And the answer is a big fat stonking. Yes, down the inside he goes into turn one, and that place is his. Now right behind his championship rival, and Carsey has lost his buffer. Carsey will chase down Kai as they head into the hairpin now. Carsey pushing and pushing and pushing. That gap has come down so ridiculously fast, and that medium combat tyre clearly not working. Extreme looking for back on Stonks though. Can he get the exit he needs? He's going to look for it. They go side by side still. Is he going to try and go side by side through the fast right-hander? No, he's not. Smart decision from him. But Extreme very much close behind, and will probably use that DRS to his advantage, heading down the start-finish straight as Omega moves up to P11, and will hope to move up into the points very, very soon, because of course Kiwi might actually have to pit once again in this race. One tracked fact for you here is, well, it is, trying to think. Tracked fact. It's 4 kilometers long, 4 point something kilometers long, I believe. 4 kilometers, but miles, not kilometers. I believe that's what it is. Double check that. Portimao. Circuit. Here we go. Let's search it up for you guys, because I have completely forgotten. 2.89 miles long. And in terms of... actually got quite a small capacity in terms of how many people, in terms of people watching. Only 100,000 seats. I say quite a small amount, but for a lot of places it's much, much higher. Fastest lap ever, 18.7 by Lewis Hamilton in the 2020 Portuguese Grand Prix. Second fastest lap from like a different type of car, LMP2, which was a 1:29.6. The one hyper cars were actually slower than the LMP2 cars. Carsey now on Kai down the inside into turn 1, and that move's good for him. Very nicely done from Carsey. JC still holding on to the lead, but Carsey going to look to take it very, very soon. Next Extreme going to look to take that P4 as well, as JC gets a time penalty, so Carsey doesn't necessarily have to pass him, but he'll want to get past as quick as possible. He'll want to make sure that he has another buffer as soon as Stonks overtakes Kai, because it's only a matter of time until he makes that move himself. BRT Arrows gets a 3-second time penalty, not good for him. Let's double check the penalties. We've got 12 seconds worth as it stands. That will drop him down to last of the people who are actually still racing Ollie in AI. So yeah. Not great for him. But Carsey now, is this where he takes the lead of the race? 6 tenths of the gap, now 5 tenths. He's not going to use any ERS or any DRS. He hasn't activated it as Carsey. So this time, the move will not be his. Interesting. Interesting that he hasn't gone for that. A BC boy, his teammate and 4th in the championship, also title rival, along with Stonks, who's racing today. Aiden with a race ban after, must be said, was chaos on lap 1 of Baku, causing a restart. But a BC boy not looking too bad at the moment after starting last. He's close to taking P6 due to Demolition Dan's time penalty, and depending on how badly Kai and JC's tyres drop off, he could take their place as well. So we could see a top 4 finish from a BC boy today. It's possible. I don't think it's very likely, but it's definitely possible. Kai now pushing and pushing and pushing. He will be activating that DRS heading down the start-finish straight. You know that for a fact. Someone has spun. I believe that is actually the AI of Ollie that spun or caused a yellow flag. So, interesting there. And Stonk's not close enough to make a move on Kai. I think Carsey isn't making a move on JC because he knows he'll take the win. And he wants Stonks to finish P4. I think that's what he's doing here. I think Carsey wants to stay here, keep Stonks in P4. But that's a smaller gap than if he... Thing is, that's only a 6-point gap to Stonks if he takes P2. If he wins... Well, Stonks, of course, will take P2 in the end due to penalties anyway. But he might as well just win on track and start really pulling away. It's the same difference, really, isn't it? There's not really much point in it. But I guess if he stays behind JC, possibly there's a chance that Beast Boy can catch up faster, but I would say not. He'll probably overtake JC and pull away quickly, and then JC will slow down massively after fighting, of course, with Stonks and then with Kai for their places. So it seems a bit weird that Carsey's deciding to stay back. Maybe his tyre's slightly dropping off, but no, surely not. Only 6 lap old soft, they're not going to be dropping off quite yet. He's just biding his time, which is interesting. I would think he'd be going for the move much faster than this, I have to say. Could we see a move? No, he lifts off midway down the straight, does Carsey there. That move was on for him. I think it was possible for him to do it as Luca gets a penalty. Beast Boy now within the range of Demolition Dan to be able to take P6. Demolition Dan constantly losing time to Extreme though, so he does not have the pace of these top guys today. I guess... No, but he's on 19%. He's not really saving it, is he? Very weird. Arrow's now with 15 seconds of time penalties. That solidifies the fact he will finish last of the people actually racing it. With only now 4.5 laps to go of this beautiful Portimao track. We'll see what happens. If you guys have any predictions, please do put them in the chat. Lovely to hear what you guys think is going to happen. Give me a little bit more company as well. Of course, Dan disgracefully forgot to charge his headset and it died on. Still no change at the front then. Carsey still staying behind. Extreme will get Stonks on final lap. Ooh. Interesting. I mean, they have about the same amount of ERS left. Stonks actually with slightly more. But all it does take is a little bit of... all it takes is a slight lapse of concentration from Stonks or a failed move on Kai. I mean, yeah, you will be right the way down. And as it stands, is Extreme actually in the penalty range of JC? The answer is yes, but he's pretty close to not being within it, actually. He'll definitely want to get in that pretty fast. Omega with fastest lap as it stands, currently in P10. Provisional P10 as well, but he should be able to overtake Coke. Heading down now into the hairpin. Let's watch this move as he goes down the inside. And that is a done deal for him there. Carsey now right behind JC. He's going to be looking for that move. We know he's... I don't know whether he's looking for the move still, though. I think he's just sitting behind, waiting for it to all kind of happen. And he knows that there's no point... I think he's thinking, oh, there's no point me pushing, because if I push, I might get a penalty, and that would screw my race over. So I think that's the wavelengths, but it just seems a bit weird. I don't know. If there's any mistake from Carsey that gives him a penalty, he then has to absolutely push. But I guess also he pushes to overtake JC. If he gets a penalty, Stonks then knows he can just relax. So Carsey playing the safe option, I think, as Kilger very graciously completely jumps out the way there for the front 5. Extreme now gaining on Stonks. Actually, is Mint Elephant's prediction going to come true? Seemingly more possible. I've just disconnected from the chat. My Twitch has died on my phone, so I won't be able to see the chat anymore. Sorry, guys. But we're heading on to the final couple laps. Kiwi's left the session. Currently sat in P12. He wasn't going to score points, unfortunately, for him in this one. Big shame for him. Extreme now quite close to back at Stonks, but Stonks really close to back at Kai. Can he make this move and start challenging Carsey? He's using his ERS, he's using his DRS, but Kai staying ahead this time round. Kai having much more ERS, I say much more, he's got like 7% more. But still, that's a lot more when these guys are all running about 10% ERS now. Oh, sorry. Oh. Oh, and again. 1 and a bit laps to go. About 1.5 actually. As soon as we go through this corner, it will be 1.5 laps to go in this race. Now, who will take the win? As it stands, it will be Carsey P1, Stonks P2, Extreme P3, then JC P4, and Kai P5. We'll have to wait and see. Oh. Hiccups now. Wait, burps. But Carsey now on JC. He's just going to sit behind. He knows he can. He's going to be relaxing into it, really. Luca with a 3-second time penalty, and that will allow Omega a chance at P8 now. Can Omega do this? He's got 1 and a bit laps himself. Can he do it? Kiwi's now rejoined again. Carsey on the final lap here now. All he's got to do is sit within 3 seconds of JC without getting a penalty. All he has to do. He's got 2/3 of a lap to go, and he will be the winner. The BC boy should be able to take home P6, minimise the damages. That's a shame for him after what has to be said was a disappointing race last time out as well, with of course that collision with Hypes. Giving Hypes, I believe, a race ban for this week as well. Whoa. But now as we head on to the final couple corners, JC looking like he'll win on track so fast today. But unfortunately that penalty is what has lost him the race here today. Carter will be hoping that Stonks gets some kind of penalty now. That would be amazing for him. But I don't think he will. And Carsey will take the win here in Portimao. Tracy will cross the line first, but Carsey with the win. It'll be Stonks in second in the end, Extreme in third, JC fourth, almost taking the win. In fact, JC in the end. If he didn't weave, maybe, yeah, almost taken third in the end. If he didn't weave, maybe he could have. He didn't quite manage it. It'll be Demolition Knack crossing the line in P6, but Abisa Boy will take home P6. Luca will take home, well, it's going to be close between P8 and P9 here. Due to Luca's penalties, the gap is 3/10 between the pair of them. Omega, you can tell, is pushing. He knows what's at stake here. He knows what he can do. That extra 2 points could be crucial for Omega. He'll take home P8 and fastest lap just in the end. Look how close that is. Actually, Coke actually ends up taking home P8, and only just as well. Omega losing a lot of time on that final corner. But nicely done to Coke, taking home 4 points. And Arrows will cross the line last out of everyone, and will finish in P12. Right, let's get the top 3 in for an interview, shall we? Carsey with the win. He's a very, very good driver. Mr. Carson will be very happy about that. He doesn't have to watch 2 flies race today. He got to see his son race and his son win. So he'll be one happy bunny. And so will, of course, Carsey himself. Hello, Extreme. How are you, mate? If you could allow your voice for the stream as well. Right. Extreme, we'll start off with you. I mean, you started P6. Your start, I have to say, was very, very impressive indeed. And then... Okay. We'll wait 1 second.
Alright, go on. I've included my audio now.
Alright, mate, so you started quite far back. You got yourself up there, say quite far back. You started P6, but further back than, of course, where you finished. You got a great start, moved up a couple of positions. and then from then on in, it was kind of just sitting back for you, wasn't it? What was going through your head during that race?
Not much. It was very boring, to be honest. Like, I didn't know that you literally gain no ERS. So when I used a lot off the start to try and keep up with Kai, I had like none left, and then Kasi, because he's rapid, was just catching me. And then, you know, I just made one mistake and then Stonks was past me again, but that was pretty much it the whole race, really.
Yeah, seemingly you you held up fort in the end to manage to take home P3. Close in the end, 5/10 gap between you and JC, but you managed to hold on to it. So very nicely done, Extreme. You probably would have wanted slightly more after your great start, but
Yeah, would have been nice. Alright, thank you.
I just got noise. Stonks, we'll go to you next, mate. P2 today, and I have to say, after qualifying, I thought the win was definitely in your favour when I saw that you were on the medium compound side, but a slow start. What happened there?
Because my theory is my start lights went out later because I saw Kai and Carsey, they went out when the lights were still red for me, so I was really confused.
Oh, right, that's weird.
Yeah, I'll have to
Very weird.
look back on stream, or I'm just tripping and I'm just shit. But I'll have to watch that back. It's one of the two. I hope it's the first one, but yeah. From the start, it was just not losing any positions and trying to gain them back.
Well, you did manage it in the end, of course. A couple spins, a couple mess-ups helped you.
Yep.
But yeah, nicely done in the end, mate. P2 minimised the damage in the championship. Only lost 7 points to Carsey. So nicely done today, mate.
Thank you very much.
Carsey, you've taken home another win. And once again, extending your lead in the championship. That must feel so good, especially after qualifying. In an uncharacteristic space for you. Of course, P4 not far away from the top, but I expected you to get at least top 3 today, mate. I'm not going to lie.
I was actually really happy with my qualifying. I've been having my break from F1 the whole of last week, and about 5 minutes before quali was the first time I've touched the game since last Sunday. So I wasn't expecting much from quali, but I know from past races here I've got decent race pace. So I knew it would take me a while to get up to speed. I didn't feel comfortable in quali at all. Was actually really happy with that fourth. And then somewhere around about like lap 10, I just sort of felt like I was getting into my groove. I was starting to, get back because I'd had no practice. I was completely cold going into it. And then I felt like I had really good pace. Jesse was ridiculously quick. I feel like I could have gone past him, but I didn't want to risk anything at all. Obviously, with his 3-second penalty, I didn't have to. So, yeah, I'm happy with how it ended up, especially with going into it with absolutely no expectations.
Yeah, you managed to take the win, as I said before, extending the lead in the championship, so very nicely done. And of course, your teammate, with not the greatest qualifying, it's fair to say from him, he won't be happy with himself. But in the end, very nicely done, extending your lead. Of course, Aiden not here. BC Boy with a bad race. You finished ahead of Stonks. That was crucial for you, I could tell. That was kind of what you were aiming for today. So yeah, very nicely done. Your dad, for an hour and a bit, well, didn't have to watch 2 flies race. So
That's good. That's good. Hope you enjoyed. I was going to say I hope you enjoyed, Dad, but I can hear him in the room next, so he's definitely not watching anymore.
Very well done, Carsey. Well done, Stonks, and well done, Extreme, on a wonderful race. Commiserations to JC and Kai, who just missed out on the podium in the end. Those penalties were the crucial element. And very well done to everyone else who scored points. Demolition Dan and BC Boy, Coke, Omega, and Luca in the end, scoring those final points. So yeah. Right, thank you guys for watching. It's been a long one today, but it's been a very fun one as well. What a race. And, well, what a Tier 2 race as well. But very well done today in Tier 1. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.